I was asked for an Italian, so let's try and get an Italian. Yeah, the Scandi with Queen d6 is fine. I think I'm not sure if I ever played it myself, but I played enough games against Stivekov at the around the break of the millennium to have some idea about the Queen d6 Scandi. It is not at all unplayable. This is a kind of a strange move order. I think they normally don't do this in this move order, because this gives white some additional tempi on the queen side, which I don't think you are particularly like. I think white definitely welcomes the tempi that are being given by not including a6 or a5 early. Yeah. Highlighting messages is cheap in this channel, as we can see from this. It's also very cheap in my channel, so I shouldn't be complaining. But from that highlight, you can see that it's basically free. I don't know about bishop b3. I could have played d4 there, but I wanted to get this type of structure on the board and talk about it a little bit, because this type of structure is actually quite popular right now in high-level Grandmaster games. And at first, I think it looks like there is not much going on here for white, and in fact, some of these games don't even go in white's favor at all. I think Anish won some nice games, including a very, very nice game against Ding Liren once in their match in China. They played like a semi-exhibition match one year in China, and I think Anish won a very very nice game. I don't know why I played d4 so eagerly. I'm running into some d5 interference. I think I probably should have included rook a2 somewhere, just to make sure I never blunder the pawn on f2. What openings should I learn to reach 2000? I don't think it's about the openings necessarily, Marco Sobol. I am reasonably convinced the thing that will get you there the most is improving your tactical awareness, putting it in sort of more obvious language. I guess solving is the easiest way to get from, I don't know what your current level is, but from whatever it is to 2000 would be, I think, via solving. Stories about playing in the World Championships in Mexico City? Not much, but one thing that I still remember very fondly. I have a very close school friend who at some point moved to Germany, and he now lives in Hamburg. So I actually see him a lot when I do things for Chess24, and I see him there a lot more. Rook c2 may have been, both Rook a2 and Rook c2 appear to have been absolutely abysmal ideas, because now it's actually difficult, like actually flat out difficult for me to defend the pawn on e4 without compromising my position. I am kind of annoyed at myself here. My closest friend, like my most important friend my entire life, he doesn't play chess at all. So, and in those years, I worked. Who do you think will win this game? I think my opponent might, actually. I really hate this position. Rook a2, Rook c2 was like really, really poor. Exceptionally poor, both of those moves. So people who know me quite well, like I was very, very close with Alexander Grishuk in those years, for instance. And Nick and Sasha met at my birthdays and so on. But apart from Sasha, well, nobody knew my friend at all. And I I wanted to bring Alexander Motylev with me as a second, but he was playing the higher league, so he could only get to Mexico like 3 days late. He could only get to there by the time I think round four was starting. And the Mexican organizers very generously gave us like a week free acclimatization time, so we could arrive, I think, between a week and 10 days in advance before the tournament started, and they would pay for hotels and provide us with all kinds of generosity to make sure that when the tournament rolls on, we don't have any issues. And I thought, wouldn't it be fun to just take a friend with me for the first half of that trip? And I basically split the tournament in two halves, and for the first half, I was there with Nick, and then when Motylev was free, he came and he was helping me for the rest of the tournament. And the best thing about it was looking at the faces of other players in the tournament when I showed up for like the first breakfast at the hotel with a guy they've never seen before. And Sasha quite early on realized that he is in possession of some, proprietary information, and I don't think he was telling anybody. And everybody else in the tournament was kind of freaking out because, I obviously brought up a second, but nobody knows who this is, and what kind of openings does he play? Like, what should we now be including in our preparation when we play Peter? And that was a lot of fun for about a week. Just kind of fooling the entire tournament to think that there is some kind of a curveball coming. And we also went on some very nice excursions. We went to see the pyramids and had a very, very nice time there. Yeah, because of that story, we've kind of passed this game by. But my opponent, I think he had a very decent chance to punish me for my misdeeds earlier. But now I just have a very, very comfortable two-pawn up endgame, which I'm hoping I will not be able to screw up too badly. And also he is down to very, very little time, so yeah, it's just going to be difficult for me to screw this up. Will you play Among Us someday? Not on this channel, no.